the world hates a silent warrior. No cheers, no claps, no recognition. Just you, getting deadlier in silence. You keep thinking silence means weakness, but the truth is, silence is the most dangerous weapon you'll ever carry. They thought you were broken, they thought you were left behind, but what they didn't see was the monster being born in the shadows. This is the part no one warns you about. When the world forgets your name, that's when you become something they can't destroy. You, yes, you. You smile like everything's fine, but inside you're screaming and no one hears it. Not because your voice is too quiet, but because they've already decided you don't matter. You walk through crowded rooms, yet you feel invisible. You show up, you fight, you give more than anyone else, yet the world doesn't clap. And it cuts deep, doesn't it? That silence, that lack of validation, that heavy truth that no one seems to care about your struggle. But here's the thing, that's where the real power begins. Because the world hates a silent warrior. Why? Because you're not predictable. Because you don't beg. Because you don't need their applause. You fight in the shadows, and that's the kind of power that terrifies them. Let's be real. You know what it's like to lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, replaying every choice you've made. You know the sound of silence in your room when your heartbeat feels louder than your breathing. You know the weight of being ignored, the sting of victories no one claps for. And the worst part? You pretend you don't care. You pretend the silence doesn't get to you. But inside it burns. It burns when people you once fought for don't fight for you. It burns when the effort you gave went unnoticed. It burns when the people you sacrificed for forget your name. And yet you keep fighting, quietly, alone. Do you know how dangerous that makes you? See, most people can't move without validation. They need someone to tell them they're good enough. They need likes, comments, applause, followers. They need noise to feel alive. But you've been stripped of all that, and you're still standing, still grinding, still moving. That's what the world doesn't understand. That's what makes you deadly. But here's what they don't know. They don't know that silence is not weakness, it's training. They don't know that every ignored effort became another scar on your armor. They don't know that every night you went unnoticed, you were teaching yourself to fight without applause. They see your silence as emptiness, but in reality, it's your disguise. Because while they were busy making noise, you were busy making power. Understand this. Validation is a drug. Most people are addicts. They can't function without it. But you've detoxed. You've withdrawn from the world's approval. You've learned to move without the crowd, and that's what makes you unshakable. You've been hated, overlooked, ignored, and yet you've grown sharper, colder, stronger. You've turned their silence into your weapon. You know why the world hates a silent warrior? Because they can't predict you. Noise gives you away. Noise exposes intentions. Noise makes you easy to read. But silence is unpredictable. Silence is terrifying. They don't know when you'll strike. They don't know how far you've come. They don't know what you've been building when no one was watching. And that's what makes you unstoppable. You see, while they were looking for validation, you were stacking discipline. While they were chasing approval, you were building resilience. While they were waiting to be seen, you were preparing to be undeniable. Every ignored moment, every overlooked effort, every silent battle, it all became fuel. And now, you're not just a warrior. You're a storm no one expected. Think about it. The battles that define you aren't the ones fought in arenas. They're fought in silence, in your mind, in your chest, in the dead of night when no one's around to cheer you on. That's where true warriors are born. You've carried yourself through wars no one will ever know about. You've picked yourself up from the floor more times than you can count. You've walked through fire alone, and no one saw the flames. And yet, you're still here. That's the proof. That's the evidence. That's the difference between you and them. They'll never know how much strength it takes to keep fighting when no one sees you. But that's exactly why you're dangerous. They hate silent warriors. Because silence is mystery. Silence is danger. Silence is power. They don't clap for you. They don't recognize you. They don't cheer you on. But one day, they'll fear you. Mark my words, your silence is your rise. Your shadows are your strength. Your invisibility is your weapon. No one sees you now, but they will feel you soon. So remember this. The world hates a silent warrior because a silent warrior doesn't need the world. No cheers, no claps, no recognition. Just you getting deadlier in silence. And when the day comes, when your silence breaks and your power erupts, they'll realize the truth too late. Because the most dangerous enemy isn't the one who roars. It's the one who rises, quietly. And that's you. They never saw you coming, but they'll never forget your silence.